In weeks 5 and 6 of Lifespan Development Psychology, we're going to focus on chapters 7 and 8 within your textbook. Unit 3 is about early childhood and the physical, emotional, cognitive, and social developments that kids go through. Physically, early childhood is a time in which they learn how to use their newfound skills. They are constantly active, and caregivers should limit the amount of hours of passive activity. You want them to be outside and having a good time and exercising. Early childhood age children are typically clumsy, but they will hone in their skills during elementary school, so don't get discouraged. From a sensory perspective, kids are learning about their world through touch and feeling. You may see them put things in their mouth like your car keys. These are also times in which kids will develop their hearing and their listening, and frequently they will experience ear infections. As they learn to try new foods, they are finicky eaters, only eating macaroni and cheese or hot dogs. And that's okay, because they will develop these skills along the way as well. One thing that parents and caregivers need to do is keep harmful substances out of the way. Kids don't know the difference between Windex and Kool-Aid, which both can be blue, but once you taste them, they know that they are different. Their little brains are rapidly developing, which is why it's so important to foster intellectual skills. Reading to small children can develop a love for books that lasts a lifetime. Kids also begin toilet training at this age. It's a huge developmental milestone, and they can practice self-control, and sometimes it doesn't always work. And so we don't want to give the child too much stress over this, but we also need to be consistent. From an emotional standpoint, children are really trying to show how they feel. They don't have very good problem-solving skills yet, so they can get frustrated and have a fit. How parents handle these emotions in these fits will also leave an impact on how the child learns to handle their emotions. Learning to regulate these behaviors takes a lot of time, so parents should remember that this is a learning stage for children and try to be sensitive. Socially, children are learning about their gender, not only the physical aspects of gender, but how they are identified and influenced by others. Children will see what their parents do, what their siblings do, and as well as other kids in daycares, churches, playgrounds, places like that. Parenting practices are also influential at this time. If a parent is too hostile or too harsh, then that influences the child differently than if the mom or dad was more loving and warm. Discipline should always be consistent and predictable, and I know that's not always an option, but when it's sporadic and unpredictable, then children have more of a chance of becoming aggressive later on. So as you can see, these little children are going through so many different things right now, and everything will influence their overall development.